Well, hello, welcome to Monday in the KVJ After the Show podcast. Brought to you by Bud's Chicken and Seafood.
I don't know if y'all saw, someone was posting up some pictures of them having a birthday party or catered by Bud's.
Oh, that's awesome.
Listening to what I was saying about them catering.
I love that.
Do some good stuff, huh?
They got the bod that will rock your... They got the cod that will rock your bod.
Wow. Can't remember the slogan you created.
I know. I get
You're such an awesome spokesman.
I get it. Well, if you make a mistake, you talk about it more. That's what I've learned. So you guys corrected me. Look at that. Extra advertising seconds right now.
Yeah.
It's all pre-planned.
Oh, I love it.
I saw Philip yesterday, actually ran into him.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Where were you?
I was at Bar Louie, my little spot there. And boy, we just go and kind of chill out, and you got like that nice little loungy like little area. We got a little brunch there, and like a lot of times the whole family will come together. It's kind of now our little spot because the family's always running in different directions, and we never get to talk. And during the week, I don't even see my wife Kim probably maybe all of 15 minutes probably the entire week.
Wow.
So the weekend we do spend a lot of time together, and so like Sunday's about the only time that we're not running, and we actually get to sit down and be like, okay, so what's going on with you and what's going on with me? And so we sit there and have a couple drinks and some food, and he came over with his wife, got to meet her. And
did he have his Bud's outfit on? Because he's almost like a teacher. I've never seen him without his Bud's uniform on. So it's
no,
weird.
he did not, and it threw me for a second because he's like going, hey, and I'm like going, okay, wait. I'm like, oh, Philip, hey, yeah, because it took me a second because I've never seen one of those Bud stuff on too.
It's like when you see your teacher in public, it's like, wait a minute, what are you shopping?
This is way better than when you see your teacher, though. This is
yeah,
awesome. This
absolutely.
is like the guy that has the power of chicken.
Yeah.
I had a psychiatrist one time, and I saw him in Publix, and I know for a fact he looked at me, he saw me. I went to go say hi to him. He completely big leagued me, acted like he didn't know who I was, and walked the other way. And I was still in sessions with him.
I think that's a doctor-patient confidentiality thing, too. Like, because if anybody else knows that he's a head doctor, and they see you go, hey, doctor, blah, 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 now they know that you go to him for head noises.
I think that's a dicky move and the wrong move on the psychiatrist because you're dealing with someone who's got head issues anyway. So all they're going to do is read into that a little bit more. Why doesn't the doctor fucking talk to me? Fuck that guy.
Yeah, you can't say hey.
Yeah.
Just a quick little hello.
It's not like we're breaking down into my issues. You just can't give me a nod like, hey, what's up, man?
Hey, crazy pants, what's going on?
Hey, crazy.
Give me a look.
What's going, head noses?
Screw that guy. Yeah, you think he's better than me?
I hear you. Let me see. Other stuff. Boy, the weekend was crazy, though. It was not just that. We kind of like hung out yesterday. I did a little spring training baseball on Saturday, which is good. I know coming up on Sunday, Jaybird, you're going to be throwing out the first pitch this time at Roger Dean Stadium.
Well, I don't know if I'm the one throwing it out. I think we all are, aren't we?
Oh, all of us?
I think, yeah, I mean, I've already thrown one out. I don't want to take all the...
3 hands, 1 ball?
That's not going to go well.
I thought we did this before at Roger Dean where we all threw one.
They do the multiple. I've noticed the ballpark at the Palm Beaches, they pretty much stick to one.
I like 1 better.
Yeah,
I do too.
1 makes it special.
Yeah, like Roger Dean, they'll have like a parade of people that are throwing out. They have first pitches. So, yeah, you might be there for a while. So, yeah, I don't know. I almost feel like, cause just to get to the game, it's like, how many first pitches people want to see.
One of y'all should throw it. I've already had my time. We should share the moment.
But you're the best baseball player.
I wasn't that good, though. I really wasn't. I had more heart than talent. At least that's what the coaches said.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But we will be there, so we'll all be on the field. We know that part, and we'll figure out the rest of it.
It is cool that when you do get on the field, you feel like you're important. When there are other people walking and looking down at you.
It's awesome. It's one of my favorite things, honestly. Spring training is one of my favorite things about South Florida. I just love it. It's really cool. It's just the weather's fantastic, and it's nice to be able to see the players that you get to in smaller stadiums and. It's a good deal. Yeah, I had a great time out on Saturday. We went to the game.
Yeah, people who think baseball is boring, I don't get what they're talking about. When they go to a game, you don't have to watch the game. The last time we were there, I didn't see a lick of baseball. I had a blast. You get a couple drinks, you get some good conversation, you're good.
That was it. Yeah, it was nice. It was. I had a really good time. So I was sitting there and knew some of the people that were around me, and just kind of talking to them and about what was going on.
We went to opening day at the Rapids.
We did. That was fun.
Yeah, that's back in full swing, huh?
Rocco rode his first water slide by himself.
Yeah, did you like it?
He did. He was a little bit freaked out at first, but I think at the end he liked it.
Okay, cool.
That one video you have with Mags and him going down the slide is freaking adorable.
Yeah, there's a couple of them that he can't ride by himself, but there's one that he can ride by himself.
I can
Yeah.
relate. There's a couple I can't ride by myself either.
I remember when Cannon was that age, trying to find that stuff. But they do have a couple things that the little ones can ride like
there's
that.
a couple one. Really, the best time to go to the Rapids is if your child is 36 inches tall or taller.
Okay.
That's when they can start having some fun. Anything smaller than that, it's going to be a little limited.
Not a lot for him to do.
Yeah.
I got you.
I remember my first Rapids trip. It was when the lazy river just got in there, and the entire day I had the biggest crush on this girl I was at school with. Her name was Amy, and we kind of like connected the entire time. And then I found out a week later she had a boyfriend. I was crushed. Oh,
It's tough stuff.
but that reminds me. I was watching all the kids having like their little romantic moments there.
Yeah.
It was so fun to see teenage love.
I always hated the pool events because I was a fat kid. And so, the other kids were skinny and had their shirts off. And then I always had to strategically figure out how I was going to hide the fatness, And so it wasn't my best time to shine.
It's almost like if you go in there with the shirt on, it's worse for the
It
fat
enhances
kid.
it. Yeah,
it
you're like
does.
going, yeah.
I went in the water with my shirt on Saturday.
Oh, you did?
Let me
Yeah.
just say, speaking as a fat kid, it enhanced it.
He rode the Flow Rider.
I was actually kind of made to do the flow rider.
They forced your hand onto the flow rider?
Some
Yeah.
dude did. He's like, "You're doing the flow rider, man." I'm
Well,
like,
we thought this guy worked there, but it turns out he was just some random guy
he had a rapid
who
shirt
had a
on.
rapid shirt
Oh, really?
on,
Well, that's
but
deceiving.
doesn't work at the Rapids.
Oh,
40
wow.
minutes.
He bought it in the gift shop, and we thought we were with an employee of the place, but he was acting kind of squirrely.
I was like, okay, does this guy work for the Rapids? I'm like, I guess I have to do the ride because the client wants me to do the ride right now.
He
Then I
was just a
realized
regular guy.
He was a regular guy.
Oh, wow. And you wound up doing it, huh?
He did the flow rider, and bounced off of his face a few times, but he aced it on pretty good.
No, I was terrible, and my shirt came up. It was everything you thought that would go wrong. The only thing that didn't happen was I didn't shit my pants in the pool. That was the only thing that didn't go wrong.
Oh, I didn't think you were that bad.
I wasn't that good, Virginia.
Yeah, the spring training stuff. Did you guys see that Tim Tebow had a stalker showed up on Friday? Some loon said she was in a relationship with him.
Oh, I'm sure he had a few of those. He just didn't know.
Yeah, but they got her for trespassing.
Where'd she get into? Did she get into a restricted area?
I don't know. She was asking Met staff members, it says, questions about Tebow, and she's like, yeah, it's my boyfriend, and I guess she just kind of looked. She had them, crazy eyes.
He's my boyfriend. He loves me.
Yeah, you kind of look, you're like going, it just looked like a weird match,
Right.
When cops arrived, they asked her what kind of relationship. She refused to answer. They then asked if the relationship was friendly, platonic, matrimonial, or romantic, and she giggled and said all of the above.
Well.
Yeah, they said, you probably need to leave. I don't think she had a ticket. She came back anyway, and that's when they arrested her, so.
Tim Tebow didn't give his girlfriend a ticket?
I know, right?
Come on, dude.
Yeah, she got charged with trespassing.
Which is nothing. Mm-hmm. I've been charged with it. Or it's threatened anyway.
You have, huh? Yeah, other stuff I went. Have you guys checked out the Copper Point Brewery yet in Boynton?
No.
I went for the first time, and they were doing that thing. Honestly, the craft beer world, it's stunning to me. I mean, just how big it is and what a social event. They pretty much just on social media, they had like where every hour they would release a different, kind of beer. It was the select stuff. And we went to go there on Saturday. We had to park probably about 300 yards away. You couldn't get close to the place.
Wow.
I could not believe how packed it was. And it's in one of those industrial park kind of things.
Yeah.
They had outside, they had food trucks, cornhole, that whole area was packed. Inside was packed. I mean, you couldn't even move around there. I'm like, it blows my mind.
Did you get a beer, or it was
I
too
did,
crazy?
Yeah, I got a flight. Yeah, I was able to get some beer, but I was just like, wow, it's cool though. But I mean, these things like new breweries like popping up like every weekend, and they're all, it seems like, doing pretty well.
That's awesome.
A lot of people like to go out and drink, man.
They do.
They do.
I mean, the craft beer thing, it's just everything that's there. But it's really kind of interesting because it's these places that are off the beaten path. Like, I mean, this thing is like not easy to find, and it's like off a road that is off a road.
Right.
When we did the Bangin' Banjos, I actually remember it more because it was in a warehouse district area.
Yeah, they're always in the warehouse district area where they're doing a lot of these places. In fact, that's where they seem to thrive.
Maybe rent is cheaper too.
That's what I was told.
I mean, those guys, you try to put them in City Place, they're going to have a hard time making rent and making a decent profit.
Sure, yeah.
One of those bays in an office like space, that's going to be a lot cheaper.
And there's something about it. I think people like feeling like they're cool. Like it really plays that whole thing like, well, I know a hidden place. Like, let me show you. It's kind of like if you had that, like, remember in high school where you knew where the secret house party was?
Yes.
Double
You
roads.
had to be one of the cool kids to get there and go. And
Double roads are the estates. Those in Palm Beach County know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Heard you talk about that before. So, yeah, but it was just really incredible, impressive. So,
Nice.
yeah, it was kind of nutty stuff.
Yeah, my buddy in the beer game told me that the warehouses are a good amount cheaper than. Someone told me how much it was in City Place. It's a shit ton.
It is crazy. Well, that's why Brucey left City Place because they wanted to raise their rent. I think it was somewhere around the neighborhood of $50,000
A month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might be off a few thousand, but it was somewhere in that neighborhood where you're just like, so you got to make $50,000 just to have the doors open.
Well, and the parking's easier, I think, in these industrial places, and people don't seem to mind. In fact, I think it's probably an attraction for people to be able to say, like,
And not have to pay for parking.
Yeah. And it's a hard to find place. So people are going, oh, let me show you. I'll take you out there. Yeah. I mean, they do well. I mean, due south is almost impossible to find. It's like in a Sherwin-Williams paint place. You'd be going, what? Really? There's a place here? And you go around back and it's packed. It's nuts. St. Patty's Day on Friday, we're going to be out. It's going to be a big beer drinking day.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
It's going to be a marathon, so don't come out the chute with the liquor. Do your Bud Light, take it easy.
But I always thought liquor in the clear, or no, liquor first, you're going to burst. What is it? Liquor quicker?
First?
Liquor first, then stick it?
No, liquor.
Lick it and stick it? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, yeah, you love
Lick it
licking
till
and
you stick
stick it.
No, never been sicker. Drinking that liquor, you're in the clear. Drink that beer. It's some shit like that. I'm paraphrasing, of course.
I don't know if you're getting
You
it right.
you know what I'm talking about?
I do, but I'm liking watching you struggle.
Then just fucking say it. Help me out here.
Liquor before beer
You can't say it either.
in the clear. Beer before liquor, never sicker.
Beer in the okay. So you want to drink your beers.
Liquor before beer, never fear.
Denny's.
Beer before liquor, never sicker.
Yeah, but there's
Or
a
liquor in the front, poker in the back.
Or lick it and stick it.
Or I'll say it wrong. There's a way, it like rhymes almost.
Mine rhymed.
Yeah, I think it was wrong still though. Although I got a lot of balls calling you wrong.
I love it.
What's that saying, Denny's? Liquor.
I think it's liquor before beer, you're in the clear. Beer before liquor makes you sicker.
Yeah. And they pretty much found out it's all bullshit anyway. So.
Yeah, I don't think
is?
it matters.
Yeah,
I
it
like
is.
mixing the two.
No, it doesn't matter.
It's about like sugar and balance.
Oh,
And if you throw things out of balance, you're fucked.
Just about how much what your blood alcohol level gets to in a certain time. So
If you pound 10 beers in an hour, you're gonna probably get sick.
yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's just your body's in a sense. It's like your body's like going, "Hey, this is poison, man. Stop. What are you doing? Like you're gonna kill us." So it tries to throw it up and get rid of it.
My body thinks I'm the biggest dick.
Yeah, so St. Patrick's Day, we got our bug crawl going on. We're going to start off Pirates Well, 5 p.m., Brogues Down Under in Lake Worth on Lake Avenue at 6:30, then Double D's, Ranch and Saloon on Southern at 8 p.m.
That's when you're gonna know who's falling apart. By the time people get to Double D's, just look in their eyes. You'll see who's gonna peter out.
Imagine the people that meet us at Double D's. I mean, what's the level of intoxicator are we getting on Friday?
Probably about a 9.
I'm going to boot it up to like a 9 or a 10 myself.
Oh no!
A 10 is
Save
going to
it
be
up.
carried out. I'm going to come right up to the point that I have to be carried out or thrown out and just dance on that
That's
right
it.
there.
Me
Yeah.
too. I'm going to get wild, and then around the 11th hour.
I'd
I'm
rather not be
ghost.
forcibly removed by bouncers, which I have been before.
Well, there's two things going on here. One, it's the weekend, dude. Two, it's
Yeah.
spring break, bitches.
And it's St. Patty's Day.
oh yeah,
Oh
and
my
it's okay,
gosh.
3 things.
He forgot the reason we're going out.
Oh yeah, St.
You know, it's St. Patty's.
Oh, I meant save the best for last. I meant St. Patty's Day is the most
There's two reasons.
Yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, and the holiday.
Yeah,
Are we
she'd be there
dressing like
Christmas time.
leprechauns or not?
Oh, you gotta talk to your boy over here. I'm in. I'm all in.
I really think it's a great idea.
I can see what the costume looks like first before I sign off on anything.
Okay.
Let me see what it looks like. If it's okay, then maybe I'll do it.
It's at least a start. It's something.
Got this email from Brian. He said, love the show. Just a quick email ahead of the festivities this week. Please, please, please do not refer to St. Patrick's Day as St. Patty's Day. St. Patrick's Day is an official Irish holy day to celebrate St. Patrick ridding Ireland of snakes. True story. The short name for Patrick is Paddy, P-A-D-D-Y, not P-A-T-T-Y. Over time, Irish people have referred to St. Patrick's Day as Paddy's Day, but we're fairly certain that St. Patrick hasn't gone through any gender reassignment and is now definitely not a female called Patty. It's a real pet hate of Irish people when others get the name wrong. As a nation, we're delighted for others to celebrate the day with us, and we're the first ones to have a good party, but at least get the name right. If anyone with Irish heritage gets the name wrong and calls it St. Patty's Day, please, on behalf of us real Irish, slap the shit out of them and advise them that if they ever call themselves Irish again, a severe beating will ensue. On a side note, you can call yourself Irish if A, you have an Irish passport, B, your parents or grandparents are Irish, C, you have relatives that you actually know who live in Ireland. Anyone else can claim Irish heritage, no problem, and that's cool, but unless you're actually Irish, please don't claim to be. It's an insult to both us and the country you're actually from. Anywho, rant over, let the alcoholism and good times begin. Brian from Dublin, Ireland. Dublin, Ireland.
He's sticking up. He's sticking up for his heritage.
Mm-hmm.
Can you blame the man?
Yeah and no.
You're annoyed?
What you gotta do is you gotta just remember that generally people are stupid and they don't know the backstory of your heritage. They're just celebrating the day. They're just having beers. They're just happy. So to school everyone that says 2 D's instead of 2 T's or 2 T's instead of 2 D's. I mean, what are we doing at this point?
Well, what's your heritage?
I have Irish in me. Probably more Irish and Mexican. Those are the strongest two.
Okay.
And as an Irish woman, you're not offended?
I don't get offended over stuff like that. I'm not that Irish either. I mean, this guy's from Dublin, so he's kind of legit.
And maybe if you're Irish, you hear people claiming that they're Irish, but I hardly ever do that. I mean, people wear the green shirts, but I don't hear a lot of people be like, oh, I'm an 8th Irish or anything like that. And if I do, it'd be like, oh, I'm not that impressed. So, I don't know.
All right, so are you annoyed with his rant too?
No, I mean, I get it. Thanks for letting me know. It's fine. But I mean, yeah, I think, Virginia, like you said, it's like you got to realize, I mean.
People are happy and they're celebrating it.
Yeah.
But if you mess up any other cultures, you're going to get called out on the carpet and there's going to be a big deal. And if you mispronounce shit, you know how it goes.
I know. I think that's silly too. If people are trying to be happy and be positive and be like, excited to pretend to be Irish for a day, that's cool. You wouldn't ever want to come down on somebody with negativity. You certainly wouldn't want to slap somebody if they were saying it wrong.
I think that was a little.
That's a little harsh, bro.
I think that's a little joking there. I don't think he really wants to beat this shit. I'm kind of sticking up for this guy.
Yeah, okay.
I think we get a lot of culture stuff wrong, and anytime that happens, people go ape shit.
But you have to remember where people are coming from. And
I
if
hear
people
you.
are coming from a place of love and happiness and, hey, kiss me, I'm Irish for the day, let them say it however they want. They don't mean any harm. You have to look at people's intent.
He wishes everyone drinking well. I think he's just giving us some information about the culture.
Us know. Yeah, now you know. Now you know. And if you need a good pickup line for St. Patrick's Day, you know the one? You must be from Ireland because my penis is Dublin.
Oh.
I love that one.
That's an old classic.
That's an old classic right there. If you need one, give it a try. See how it works out for you. Let me see. Yes, the other stuff that people are quick and easily offended by today. Somebody sent me a tweet that anyone calling the that video with the guy who was doing the interview on the BBC where the kids broke in. Yeah.
Are they saying it looks staged?
No, they're not saying it looks staged, but apparently a lot of people are calling the woman the nanny, and it's his wife, and they're saying anybody who's calling it nanny is racist. Is thing. It's not the nanny, it was the mom. There was a huge article going around about being racist and assuming that she's the nanny. So, I don't know. I had seen on the report that I saw, somebody called her the nanny, so. I don't know. Apparently, that is the thing that's going around that's getting people all upset today. So get it right. It's the wife, not the nanny.
Can we look at intent here?
Right.
No one is intending to be mean. If you read a story that said she was the nanny, you're just regurgitating that information. You didn't watch the video and draw your own conclusion.
Well, I think some people are. I think some people are watching it, just the video without the article, and going, "That's the nanny. That's the nanny." I think that's what the whole issue is.
Was she a different race? I don't even remember.
I believe so.
Okay. And so people are thinking, okay, you can't have a white guy that's white British guy that's married to someone else of a different race.
Of
I
course
guess is
you
what
can.
it is.
You can have people of different races, love people of different races. Yes, that is how we operate in this day and age. But people make mistakes too, and somebody might have called her the nanny, not knowing or thinking she was the nanny, and didn't mean harm by it.
See, I was offended because I thought it was staged, but
You do?
I don't think so, because the way the kids came in, I don't think it was staged, because and the woman, his wife, she looked legitimately like frantic in
See,
the
that's
background.
what I thought.
It was well done.
I thought the frantic part was the part that I thought was staged. I thought it was too frantic.
No, it looked like, oh my gosh, like, well, what the crap? Because
It's so awesome that he's on live TV.
The little girl is so cute, because if you missed it, there's this guy doing this interview on the BBC, and he's got his back turned to his office door, and the door comes flinging open, and then this little girl, probably about 4, comes in like, yeah, I'm the boss. She's like going, yeah, right behind him. And then a second later, a little kid, one of those kind of like a little baby that you put in, they can scoot around the floor, comes scooting right in the doorway right behind her. And then this woman comes trying to like grab the baby, and then grabs the girl by the arm, and the guy has to kind of like make note of it. And so, yeah, it's a great video. It's pretty funny to check it out.
If they did stage it, they did a great job.
Yeah.
I agree.
And they deserve the hits they're getting.
Yeah, it was blown up. I think it was like 12 million, something like that I saw.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. Those things do great.
Yeah. Something else that's going viral. I was at the game on Saturday, and I was talking to Teresa from the South Florida Fair.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
We were talking a little bit about a couple things. One was Pride Fest coming up in Lake Worth. Is booked Jazz Jennings.
Yes.
Which is a nationally known transgender, and that's going to be really huge. And to get that story and have Jazz out there.
I love it.
So that was one thing we were talking about. And the other thing that came out, she's like, going, did you hear that the Cash Me Outside girl just booked a gig for $40,000? That's her going rate right now.
Yes, I did hear that. That's what she's actually getting. And her parents are now going to be fighting over her.
Yeah, the dad's now stepped up, and he's tried to grab custody. So, yeah, there's a big battle. Now, when your little girl starts getting $40,000 a gig, and she's going, hey, wait a minute.
Gosh, it's
Maybe
just
I
the
need
worst.
to jump into this.
I hate the fact that this kid's getting so much
40
fucking shine.
grand. Well, it's like I can't even believe it, because I was asking her, because she has to book acts for the fair, and I was like, so what is like the going rate? And it's like, yeah, I mean, you get like a 2-hitter, something like that. A person has like 2 hits. I mean, yeah, you're looking at like 20, 25 grand top. So I mean, this girl with nothing is getting like double what somebody's gotten that's, put in 2 hits on the charts.
I can't. Oh, I can't.
It's just really, it seems so messed up, doesn't
No,
it?
that's because it is messed up. It is messed up that
Right.
that kid is getting rewarded for being a fucking terror.
But it's like what the draw is, and people they believe they can justify that many people would show up to want to see her based on what she's done to this point.
There's a lot of other kids I would like to see get that money.
I hear you.
And I know that
Kids
I sound
that are
like
actually talented, I
oh,
know.
come on, it's entertainment. Don't be a douche. It just bothers me that kid is getting so much good shit.
You can't change the system, though. And the system that is set up now is if you're a viral sensation, good or bad, and you're to the level, she's got so many people watching her videos. She's making money.
I'm not saying you can change the system, but you don't have to go along with the system. You can at least voice your opinion saying the system is fucked.
Yeah. To get something like that, yeah, it seems like it, doesn't it?
It is, actually.
Mm-hmm. Another little tidbit I saw here on the local tip, Elin Nordegren apparently is dabbling around with Gavin Rossdale.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Well, he's single. I think she's single. Hey.
But he's a cheater, too, though.
Well, they apparently haven't met in person yet because Gavin is in England filming The Voice while she's here in South Florida. But apparently it's on the way, so you might be seeing Gavin Rossdale out and around a little bit.
They haven't met yet?
Yeah, but apparently everybody's like trying to hook them up, and they're starting to chit-chat.
Okay, they're just doing that.
Yeah.
All right.
Who knows what's going on? Saw this, Jaybird. Driverless cars that don't need a human inside could be on the roads in California by the end of the year.
I know it's part of the problem. It's going to happen, and then robotic warfare. You'll see this shit.
They're going to drive into you first to shut you up because you've been so vocal anti-humanless cars.
I was just talking to one of our sales guys. He's with me. He's like, dude, I'm with you. They're going to start taking everybody's jobs. Yeah, it's going to be easy and convenient for everybody, but no one's going to have a job.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I mean, the world is changing at such a rapid rate. And I think really the big problem is just we're not able to get the safety and privacy standards. It's not compatible with the amount of technology that's coming out right now. We got a major. I mean, it's like you just feel like maybe we need to pump the brakes.
He was even telling me like they have a new system of how computer is already starting to do some of the sales work. So I mean, it's happening.
Right.
It's putting people out of work.
You can't pump the brakes. It's too late.
No, you can always pump the brakes, Virginia. It's never too late.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, somebody, and I don't know who steps in, but it's like, yeah, you got to wonder. I mean, at that point, can't the government step in? I mean, do something? I mean, because you assume it's got to be
the government. They're the ones building them.
No, I mean, it's private companies right now for the most part, isn't it? That's coming out of these things. I don't think the government's building them.
They've got some army dudes. They're trying to make mechanical army dudes. You get them in the
but
wrong
I'm talking
person.
about the driverless cars. Yeah, I think that's all private industry right there. But I mean, I'd imagine that they could say, "Hey, look, we're not going to make these things legal right yet," and they could do that. Correct?
I guess they could.
I mean, they got to get they got to get ahead of that whole thing where somebody can actually hack a car and do what they want with it.
Yeah, you get in a car.
You got to get ahead of that.
Hello, Miss Sanicki. Where are you going for your destination?
To the bar, as usual.
Is that local?
Yeah.
No, we're going to Tulsa. Now you're going to Tulsa. You can't get out.
I don't think I'd like Tulsa.
Okay.
I don't think Tulsa would like me.
I agree.
Yeah. So that's that's one thing where I'm like, you gotta get a hold of this thing, right?
Yes.
It's crazy.
This is a problem potentially.
Yeah. So I wonder if maybe they'll step in and say, look, we're not gonna make those legal on the road until we get ahead of this thing. We know what we're talking about.
Yeah, all of a sudden, meet your new co-host on the show. His name is Rob, short for Robot.
Robot?
Robot.
His name's Robot?
Yeah, I think it would be. A human/hybrid of a robot would be Robot.
I mean, you think with his robot brain, he could have come up with a better name for himself. Robot. It's kind of low budget.
Yeah,
I'm not intimidated at all.
Look out for Robot.
If that's his intelligence level.
Robot's coming for your job and probably your life.
Bring it, Robot.
Robot. I don't know how that'll work. Oh, this should be entertaining. President Trump is always going off on China.
Yes.
Guess who's coming to be his guest on April 6th at Mar-a-Lago?
The Chinese Prime Minister.
Yep, President. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
How's that going to go down?
Well, is it like a peaceful thing?
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. It seems like that's what they're doing. Yeah, they've got a little summit that they're going to be doing there, and they're going to be holding it at Mar-a-Lago. So that'll mean, my gosh, the chaos of the crowd's going to be in for that thing. It's going to be crazy stuff.
Do they have crowds around Mar-a-Lago when he's in town? I didn't think people were allowed to be that close.
I think they have, haven't they?
I don't know. I mean, it's a 2-lane road. Where do you put the people?
I thought that one Saturday night I saw some people were out there protesting out front of Mar-a-Lago.
Was there more than, because that was the one thing I was shocked about when we did our little goofy pizza thing out there. There was not many people out there. If that was where the protesters were supposed to be,
I think
under 50 people.
There wasn't anything going on there. Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe people have gotten the protesting out of their system. I don't know. Maybe they're doing different stuff.
That was quick.
Yeah, if it is, I mean, they could have just been in a different spot. But
yeah,
where we were, there wasn't a ton of people there, so it was kind of eye-opening for me. So yeah, other spots they did. It seems like people were kind of like just doing renegade stuff. Somebody vandalized one of Trump's golf courses in California. They went out and wrote some stuff on the green, so that seems to be the more popular thing that's going on.
Stupid though. You're vandalizing. Quit breaking the law to prove your point.
Did you see what happened with Shia LaBeouf? You know, he had put up that camera, that webcam.
Yes.
And he was streaming that. And it was like, he will not divide us. But yet it was saying he will not divide us. But yet people were divided and fighting in front of it.
So divided. Never been more divided.
It was kind of the exact opposite of what it was saying to do. So he got to the point where he had opened the first camera originally in New York City. And then the second one he had to open up in Albuquerque and had fights out front of the camera in both places.
Gunshots.
Yeah, right. Had to shut
They
it
shut
down.
it down because of gunfire.
So then all he did on the website, he will not divide us, they put up a flag. And apparently people on 4chan were so into trying to find this flag and do something with it because it was just a live stream of this flag saying he will not divide us. They went on there and they were looking at wind patterns, weather patterns, and they broke down the sounds that were coming from the background of the animals and figured out that it was actually in a field in Tennessee, and they went and found it and they replaced the flag within 24 hours of one of his stupid hats. I mean,
That's kind of awesome.
apparently people on 4chan were obsessed with finding this flag in the continental U.S. and they got
That's
into it. Yeah.
funny.
So they just like trolling on.
Shia, you may want to hang up this whole "he will not divide us."
It's turned into a big challenge.
It is
It's like
the
such a
biggest
big goof
divisive thing our country has seen in decades, if not ever. He will not divide us. Okay.
So you wonder what the next chapter is going to be. Is he going to stay at it? Because I think the people on 4chan love the challenge. So I think they really hope that he does something else somewhere else. Because they're going, all right, where's Shia set up now? We're going to find it. We're going to make something happen. So there you go.
That's funny.
Yeah. All right, you ever got any comments, you feel free to send it to us via email, mail@kvjshow.com. We'll get them on for you. Y'all have an amazing day. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.